Hello, my name's Kevin Brewer and I'm the IT tutor here at Lagat College. Today in this learning resource looking at spreadsheets, we'll be concentrating on how to create graphs and charts with the data that you have within the spreadsheets. This will be including how to create the graph and then also how to label the axes accordingly. Okay. So as you can see, I have the spreadsheet that I've used previously on other videos that I have done on this channel, and so what I want to do is I want to create a graph now using the different ride types, showing the profit and loss for each of those rides. Okay, so the way that we do this is that we need to select obviously both column A with the rides in and also column D. Now, the problem is if you select all of the data like that and then put the graph in, you're obviously going to have all of the data that you have selected, okay, which in this case we don't want. Alright, now the way that you can select data that's not next to each other, okay, is quite simply if you select the first bit of data that you need. Now this is always the data that will be shown on, especially on a bar or column graph, along the bottom. That's the horizontal axis. Okay, so you select that first, like I've done there. Then what you want to do is you want to hold the control button down on your keyboard, okay, and then select the second column that you want. Now this obviously, as you can see, has selected just literally the columns that I've identified. It's not selected the ones in the middle. Through holding the control button down, this is how it works. Okay, so once you've got your data selected like that, you go up to the Insert tab at the top, okay, and then you see the Charts area here, okay. Now, for this, what you want to be doing is you want to select a graph that's appropriate for the data that obviously that you have. Now in this case, I am just going to select a simple column graph like that. Okay. You can select other graphs. So if I show you, you can select also, say for instance, a pie chart. Okay. But for, like I said, for this, I'm just going to do a simple column graph. Okay. Now I always put the actual graph underneath the data unless it stipulates that you need to put it onto a different sheet. You can easily do that by right-clicking, okay, on the actual graph itself. Press copy. Move down to the bottom where you can see sheet 1, sheet 2, and sheet 3. Okay. Click on sheet 2, and then literally right-click and then paste. And that'll paste your graph onto a different sheet. Okay, so if we go back to sheet 1, and I want to show you now how to label your axes. Okay, so make sure that you do have the graph or chart selected, otherwise you won't get these buttons up the top here. As you can see, if I click off them, they disappear. Okay, they've gone. This is because the graph's not selected. You have to have the graph selected to be able to obviously edit the graph. Okay, so select back on it. As you can see, they've come back. Okay, so once you've selected it, you go on Chart Design. It's part of the design of the graph to label it. Okay, and over on the left-hand side here, you'll see a button that says Add Chart Element. Okay, so if you click that, it brings a drop down, and as you can see, all the different things that you can edit and add to this chart. So for this, like I said, I want to put a axis titles in both the horizontal and the vertical. So we'll start with the horizontal one, that's the one on the bottom. Okay, and then it brings up a little text box, and then to edit, just double click in it, and then delete it, and obviously label it according to what the data is. So in this instance, they're rides. Okay, now for the next one, for the vertical axis, go back up to Add Chart Element, across axis titles, and down to vertical. Again, you can see there, text box, double click, delete, and for this, it's an amount, it's money, so label it accordingly. Okay. Now you can see there is already a title in, so profit and loss. You can edit that, so you can put in graph showing. But if it's not there, what you can also do, again, going up to the add chart element, you can see there one that says chart title. Okay, all right. So what you can also do is, obviously once you've selected the graph, is change the layout and the look of certain graphs. So for example, I'm just going to obviously create the graph. So again, selecting the right type, holding the control button down, selecting the profit and loss, and obviously going up to the insert. I'm going to use a pie chart on this to show you this. Okay, choose a 3D to make it look a bit more exciting. Okay, again putting it underneath data, make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so what you can do is if you go to the up where I showed you before about adding chart element, there's another button here that says quick layout. So what you can do is this actually then gives you the option of putting data, more the actual data on the graph as well. For example, on layout 4, okay, you can select it and it actually puts the data of what each one is on the pie chart. Other ones also put the key as such down the side, and obviously it's colour referenced. And you can do that in different ways. Here it shows it at the bottom. Okay, but again, make sure that you put a title on it. So on this one, as you can see, chart title, at the moment it's got none, so we just want to put above, and again we can label that by just clicking in the text box, pie chart showing profit loss. Okay. Thank you for watching. Hope that you have found this video helpful. Please, if you would like to see more, then subscribe to our channel and check our other videos out on our channel. You can also like us on Facebook at Lagat College, and also follow us through our Twitter and Instagram pages. You can also check us out on our website, which is www.lagatcollege.co.uk. You can also download our prospectus. Please put your comments down below of anything, other resources that you would like to see, or any future videos that you would like to see. Thank you.